chewing. Chewy?
Someone's chewing.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sean Cromwell, creator of Smacked in the Head, the animated series comic. Hopefully crowdfunding soon. What is that noise? Host of Random Back Issue Comics on
Don't worry
the
about
very
it.
YouTube channel. What once used to be a weekly phone call between friends is now mostly weekly, hour-long live stream about whatever we've seen during the week. Hello.
Done or anything. Yes.
What is that background noise?
It is my wife.
It's your wife?
Yes.
Is
she's
she
filling up
part
the bath.
cyborg?
She's yeah.
What?
Hold on a second. Let me unmute you. Or
I'm
mute you.
muted?
I gotta yell.
You need to mute you. I can't. You can't mute me. You're muted.
Alright, I yelled really loud. Hopefully she turns it off here soon. Well, we're early. We're early.
By
so
2
I told her
minutes.
she had, I know, but I told her she had a full 10 minutes to fill up the bathtub.
Oh.
So that's
Well,
kind
you
of
could've just said
sorry.
it's-
That's all fault. My
You could have
fault.
just said it was the bathtub, and I would have been like, oh, all right, whatever.
Well, anyways, that drama is over with.
So, folks, if you're looking for more of this quality live streaming entertainment, you should check out the playlist, because usually I leave about 5 on the channel at any given time, and I move the rest over to a playlist and unlist them so that it doesn't clog up the channel, and all we are is a live streaming thing, especially when I do a new video like the Further Adventures of Indiana Jones #2. It just came out yesterday. That you should watch. That nobody, well, 20-ish plays. Yeah, I watched it like 3 times.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah,
the kid watched it with me. He was like, "Who's that?" And it was like, "Wait a minute, I have that guy." And he ran and got his Indiana Jones toy. Well, yeah, nice. Which used to be my Indiana Jones toys, but son of a bitch, every time he sees him, he snatches him.
You need to lock that stuff up.
I've got one left, the one that's holding this crystal skull.
That's the best one. That's this one. Everything's falling over.
This guy.
Yeah, it's the best one.
It's holding. No, he's holding the skull.
I know. I didn't put that hand on him. Mine's holding the Cthulhu.
Oh, I didn't know he came with other hands, because I obviously don't have that hand.
Yeah, he has another hand.
Let's see if I find it. Because I thought that's what he came with, and I was very depressed when that came with that character.
Maybe he did come with it.
Maybe.
There you go. Look for that.
Yeah, that's gone.
Exactly. Well, you can always order one of the ones from China.
That's fine. I can always just snatch one from him. Although I did snatch one to take to work today, so I could do like a toy photo out in the middle of where I work.
Did that work?
I forgot to use Indy. I used my Tyrannosaurus Rex in the...
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, sorry. Tyrannosaurus Rex.
This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaur.
TIE
just
bomber.
Like me.
So.
And what?
The TIE bomber.
Right.
The Micro Machine TIE bomber.
Yeah, you sent that to me. I saw this a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it was cool.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, I don't know who makes it. Anyway, it's Jaina.
Obviously. Because Mara never wore anything like that.
Not with that attitude.
No, she wouldn't be caught dead in something like that.
A flight outfit? Probably.
X-Wing flight suit? Yeah, no. She wouldn't. She would have just suited up in her normal whatever or Jedi robes and gone to town.
I don't know her personally that well.
I read enough of the books to know her personality like
this is how they always make the action figure. They've never done anything.
No, they've never gone
veered from that.
They never went past her
Heir to the
Thrawn
Empire.
trilogy. Yeah, the Thrawn trilogy. So they never took her past that, but she's in plenty of books past that. And she's an antagonist still, but she's not like the main. She's just someone there to poke Luke in the side.
Yeah, that's why we like her.
Yeah,
and then eventually they get down with it.
Yeah, it's good.
Which
was years later, and they just we haven't seen anything of her since then. Like
it's because
she's
dead.
Right, but I mean, there's a lot of characters. Chewie was dead, but we still get shit about him.
Yo, who's dead?
What up?
Oh, Chewie.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that only ever comes up because people complain about it. But I
thought
get
it was
why
great.
they did it, and I like that he roared in defiance at a moon.
I know, right?
Speaking of which, great. I just finished this today.
Oh, congratulations!
It took me like a year and a half.
How many pages is it? Like 300 and something, maybe 360?
No, but you were close enough to win both showcases. 387.
Yeah, that was close.
So I started reading it on the walk to work. Mandalorian was coming out, and I was like, screw that.
Oh yeah,
I'm just gonna read this. And I was reading it on the walk to work, and I was like, okay, at this rate, I'll finish in 2 weeks. And then the plague hit, and I stopped walking to work, and then I stopped reading because that was mostly when I was doing it.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about it.
Yeah, so I've off and on read this up until now, today. I finished today.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it was all right.
I'm in the same boat with that in a book. I've been reading IQ 1Q84.
That sounds familiar.
For about a year before I met my wife, so 7 years ago.
Oh, I think Andrea read that.
Yes, Andrea read it. I think either we both turned each other onto it, or one of us turned each other onto it, or told each other it was out.
You're gonna have to stop using that terminology in regards to my wife.
Phrasing.
Exactly. Yeah, she's read that.
Yeah,
she likes that dude.
Yeah, it came out like that, or like 4 individual books. I ended up getting the big thick thing. I made it this far, and
that's a whole book.
I think so. I think I finished 1 book, but it's been so long between picking it back up that I have to start over now.
Yeah, I probably should have with this one, but I wasn't gonna. I don't really like the guy's writing. He's the type of person that's like, these clouds look extra.
Yeah, you have to remember the 90s writing also.
There's better writing. But he's like, do these cumuli look extra NIMBY? And I'm thinking, if you mean clouds, just say clouds.
You got to be sci-fi, man. You got to talk science a little bit.
No, it's just they
were trying to get away from Earth terms as much as possible. He adds
phrases that it's like that it's just extra, and you're beating around the bush. Just say,
well, it could be
same concept. Less print, unless you're getting paid by the word. What are you freaking?
Unless he was just trying to get into like that's what they say on that world. That's what that world calls their clouds.
Wasn't even the dialogue. It was the descriptives. And I was like, dude, just get on with it.
No, yeah, I understand. If it didn't have anything to do with the setting or it didn't really matter, then what the fuck?
Yeah. So I have 2 more of those to read, but I also rebought these guys recently.
Jabba's Palace and
Tales of the Bounty Hunters and Tales of the Empire.
Oh, I don't know if I ever got Empire.
How dare you?
Wait, I had Bounty Hunter, I had Jabba's Palace.
No Hercule Jerkly.
And there was one other one. There was
Mos
Eisley. I thought there was 4. Oh yeah.
And then there's the New Republic one, which I have down here that I got at a used bookstore, and it looks pristine. So I'm terrified to open it.
They had a Tales of the New Republic.
Tales of the New Republic,
and it was a lot of X-wing stories, isn't it? Like with
I never really
Techno and
Tycho,
and Techno is basically what the fuck it's spelled.
It's
like.
Tycho.
Yeah,
but whatever. People say it weird, like
they say
Tycho.
like Kashyyyk and Kashyyyk.
Yeah. And growing up, Mon Calamari, I was always like, Mon Calamari. Yeah,
I
we've
understood it.
discussed this
Okay, it's
before.
basically
You make up
squid.
your own
Yeah,
words for
exactly.
Star Wars.
Exactly when you're reading it, so it's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on 1 second.
If I'm not mistaken, that's where.
Headphones.
Oh, right, your headphones.
Yes, come in.
If I'm not mistaken, that's
Earth.
where like
Come
the.
in. I can't hear you.
I
There you
think
go.
that's where the the X-wing stories either started from or a continuation from
This one?
those ones. Yeah, the tales.
I don't know. I don't know what came out first. First
I
time in
can't remember.
paperback, including a short novel by Timothy Zahn and Michael A. Stackpole. Oh, that smells so good.
No, I bet it does.
Oh, that's like
decaying human skin. Love it.
No, it's because Star Wars books, they always had a smell, but now it's also like old book smell that's starting to creep in. So it's like good Star Wars book and old book smell. Oh man, I can smell that from like here.
I can smell it from here.
Yeah, I bet you can.
I didn't know that smells so well. Love it.
Smells so well.
Takes me back to the old library I used to go to.
Aren't all libraries technically old?
Not the one they just built.
But are the books?
I guess it depends on what editions they get. I've been in libraries that are like in a strip mall, and they have no old books. It's just like whatever. But then you go to like the downtown library, and they've got like old books from like 1600s and shit.
Oh yeah, what are they
I
bragging?
have no idea. I guess so. Yeah. Look what I got.
You jerks.
Right?
Yeah. So I'm on a Star Wars book kick, but I think I'm gonna.
You're on a Star Wars toy kick too. All you sent me this week.
Okay, way to ruin the segue eventually. But I think I'm
But
gonna do this one next instead, and then go back to Star Wars.
There you go. You need
a
a break. You got to break it up because if not, you get like
that
was my pissed.
Joke. That was my joke because I was like, well, it took me a year and a half to read this one. I think I'm gonna take a break for a while. This one I saw at a bookstore and I read the first line and I was sold. And then Andrea gave it to me for Christmas.
The cover's very selling.
It's Nazi UFOs and high heel ladies
go-go girls
goose-stepping, and it's called Gestapo Mars.
That looks amazing.
And it says genius.
When did that one come out? When was it written? What's the copyright?
I knew what you meant. 2015. Do you want to hear the first line that sold me on it?
I'm just saying it automatically reminds me of that Nazis on the Moon.
Yeah.
Iron.
Yeah, I gotcha. Iron Skies or whatever.
There you go.
That was a horrible disappointment.
Was it? I never got to watch it. I heard it was funny. The first one was funny, and then all of a sudden there was like 15 of them, just like that Sharknado movies.
The second one was like Hollow Earth or something. And I was really looking forward to it, the first one, and then I watched it and I was like, it's one of those B movies that's deliberately trying to be bad, and I can't stand that.
If it's a B movie because it's just quality's not there, that's one thing. But if you're a B movie you can have an A quality movie, but you try to be B, and you're not Airplane, get the fuck out.
Look how stupid we're being. Isn't it funny? No, you're an a-hole.
Yeah, no, I can't stand this. That's just sketch comedy type shit. Like Airplane did it, Naked Gun did it.
But they were at least funny.
They did it with class. They did it as an A movie to be an A movie still.
Yeah. This is like, we're a B movie and our story's horrible. Aren't we clever? No, you're an a-hole.
Oh, yeah, okay. I don't even see that shit.
All right, so the first line of the book, and I was like, I really want to read this. The first thing I did when they opened the chamber was puke on the guy's shoes.
Beautiful.
I was like,
that's like the first line in Lamb.
I don't remember.
It's like when Biff's like the first time he met Jesus, he was smashing a rock with a lizard and then putting it in his or letting his brother smash a lizard with a rock, and then he would put it in his mouth and bring it back to life.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
No, I'm sorry. If you read the prologue, it's something about angels spilling moonbeams and shit and getting pissed that they have to go to Earth to bring the coming of Christ.
That sounds familiar.
That's what it was. I'm sorry.
It's been a while since I've read that one.
Yeah.
And I have the Bible-y looking version of that.
I know.
With
I'm
the gold leaf on the side.
That one just looks perfect because it looks like it should be the next.
Yeah, the next.
It continues
chapter.
this. Yeah, it's like one of the books in the New Testament. It's great.
Yeah.
I love how his whole thing was great about it because he wasn't trying to make fun of any religion.
Oh no. And he's at there. I think the end of my version, there's like an interview or something, and he's like
I got the same thing.
He's like, pastors would come to me and talk about how much they enjoyed it or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like,
okay, no, I didn't get that. I got what in the paperback version I have. It talks about what he did, all the research that he actually went through to write.
I think that's in there too.
Okay, it didn't have an interview in there for me.
I don't remember.
Which that sucks.
It was like 5 years ago when I read it.
Yeah. I read the interview a long time ago, but I just finished the book after like probably about 2 years of slowly reading it here and there.
But he he was like, I had like pastors or preachers coming, and they were like, because he was really worried.
Oh yeah, I know he was worried that people were going to like sacrifice him for it, but he did his diligent research, and he wasn't trying to make fun of it. He was trying to talk about it,
tell a comedic story
around it without using that as the punchline, which is good. He's a good writer. I like his stuff. I think I've tried reading a few other of his things. Just time.
The only one, everything is time. I posted a picture of this today, and someone was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna read this," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been wanting to read that, and this, and this, and this," and I was like, "We're just lousy with stuff to read around here."
I don't even know what to read. I would have to go into a bookstore to find anything. I don't even know what's come out. I don't know what.
Have you read everything you own? Because I have not. I probably never have to buy anything ever again.
I haven't bought a new book I haven't bought books in years. 5 years, maybe more longer than that. I know, right? I
have like a stack of Conan that I
but any books before that? I do have a stack of books. I don't know where they came from. I think someone gave them to us to put in a garage sale, or Lindsay picked them up because she knows I like old books. They're like old atlases and encyclopedias and
Well, I don't expect you to sit down and read those, but
no. I think they're more. I think we got them for like photo props, but they're just so old. They've got that mildew
smell
spots on them. Also, which isn't bad. I mean, it's just
as long as it's not mold.
Yeah, it's just mildew. Mold, mold is thicker. This isn't that. It's just mildew.
Mold's got fur on its chest.
Yeah, it gives you fur on your chest.
Sure.
Blackroot. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you get it.
Yeah. No doubt.
So what'd you do? See anything good this week?
Finish my book.
Oh yeah! Congratulations.
I watched the first 2 episodes, two and half of the third Sopranos.
Yeah, it's just like the new one, the prequel, or the old one.
Old one. Did you know it came out in '99?
Yeah.
That seems weird to me.
Do you know the 80s were 40 years ago?
That seems weird to me. Well, 81 was 40 years ago.
That's what I mean. 80 was 40 years ago.
No, you're 41 years ago.
Shut up. I'm just saying, it's 40 years ago. It was 1980. Like the 80s were 40 years ago at this point.
Yeah, I got you. So also on the thumbnail, I have Power of the Force 2 figures. Because I've been really digging my old
90s
figures. Like the box has been sitting out for a week, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, Andrea.
Yeah, I think you texted me sometime saying I'm gonna play Power of the Force today, and I was like, oh, that's cool.
Oh no,
Make a
I
video game.
I was like, I don't want to work. I just want to have a Star War. Yeah, it started with I usually dig Red Luke. He's always out.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, I should look for the Sand Trooper because he's one of my favorites.
Well, of course, he's a Sand Trooper, man.
And then I pulled him out, but he was in a box with like all the stormtroopers, and I was like, all right, fellas, let's go. And then it was just like Grand Moff Tarkin, Thrawn. They all started coming.
So you know what's great about having a kid is that I can always have my toys out. And he is messier.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, I'm jealous of your room because I just want a table where I can spread out everything.
Yeah, that's what I have. Like like I guess for the longest time it was an amalgam of everything I had.
That's what I want to do.
Like a cord of. And then I started like, all right, I had to wipe out everything, and then I put all my pulled out all my 3.75s Gundams out.
Yeah.
And then I pushed those to the side, and now I've just got like superheroes, Gundams, and some Star Wars guys.
My two favorite lines right now are Spin Master, Batman, and Power of the Force.
I'm digging
all I want to play with.
The Batman Spin Masters, yes, and the Marvel Retros. I'm digging those a lot.
Well, yeah, and I got Iron Man, and they seem to go together.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like Batman's little drone.
Something.
Robin got a little more protection now.
After that last one got killed, we're not taking any chances.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I've been carrying R2 and Pilot Luke with me everywhere I go lately.
Nice. Yeah, I try not to bring. Every time I take one of the threes, they end up 3.75s. They end up like their legs get bent, being in my pocket, or so I'm like, yeah, I'm good on that.
Well, that happens with like Luke; they get all twisted around, or Batman.
Yeah. Well, no, like I don't mind the legs moving. They get either pinched together, and they're like, the plastic gets bent in that certain way. So it's like, you know what, I'm just not going to do that. So that's why I stick to either Lego minifigs or Micro Machines.
Sure.
The small things, the stuff that I know that or if I have doubles of something, I'll take that.
Yeah, I do that too. As much as I hate the lack of posability, you don't have to worry about that with these guys. Yeah, they just go right into the pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a few of those. The kid got most of my Power of the Force figures.
Yeah, I have like a renewed love of them. I'm like, oh my god, they're so cheesy and
they are
superhero-y.
Yeah, the Lukes are just absolutely nuts. It's like, no, not that one. The one.
Yeah, I know which one you mean.
Superman Luke. Swear to God, they took Superman's chest piece and put it on him.
They were worried about competing with superhero toys of the day, and I was like, really? That was your reason?
Yeah, well, Luke is jacked.
And I still love him.
It's like the Korean Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. But like some of them kind of have a tackiness to them, and I'm like, oh, really? Already? And I'm like, oh, I guess it's been 25 years. But still.
Yeah.
And that's what was happening with
90s now is like, I guess 35. They came out in 94, right?
95 they brought the line back.
Yeah, that's right.
But Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan with the robes, I love these two figures, even though I hate that movie.
Yeah,
but I pulled them out of the box the other day, and I immediately threw them in the sink with hot soapy water because I was like, God dang
it! Sorry, my explosion. I didn't realize my explosion was.
Yeah, you're wonky.
Face is wonky. Yeah, I saw the Venom. Venom 2. Let there be carnage.
Yeah, I didn't even know they filmed it.
I
thought you saw it a while ago.
No, I saw the first one. We may have talked about it right before it came out, or
And I was
right after
probably
it
like,
came
I
out.
didn't know they were even filming it.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah,
It was fun.
that's good.
The after scene credits was probably like one of the best.
I heard that was the only reason people were watching it.
I guess, but the segue to it, and then the way Venom, not Venom Eddie Brock / the symbiote, but Venom the symbiote, like all of a sudden got a hard on as soon as it saw Peter Parker. It was fucking weird.
Literal.
Like, he like suited up on Eddie, turned into the Venom, like, and then like got his tongue like really long and like started licking the TV over Peter's face.
Why?
I don't know, and that might be like maybe the symbiote instantly fell in love with Peter, and that's why it's going to latch onto him in a future movie.
Okay.
And it just, I don't know. It would be good. That would be a funny, like the alien just falls in love with Peter, and that's why it wants to latch onto him, and then Peter just wants nothing to do with it, and it feels rejected, so it goes back to Brock, and they just want to kill Peter now.
I guess
funny.
If you need a,
it's good. It's better than
do a Venom
from outer
before
space.
You do
yeah, exactly. If you've done 2 Venom movies before we even seen Spider-Man show up or be attached to it in any shape or form. Yeah. So that's what I think. I thought it was. I liked how they kind of just. Same thing with when they bring the fucking mutants in. Just shove them in there. No explanation. Just fucking pop them in. Why do we need an origin story for every fucking thing? Just throw the fucking
Hollywood is stupid.
Yeah, no.
And they think
better storytelling. Just throw the fucking mutants in.
You have morons thinking they're smarter than the average person in the street. You have morons thinking they're smarter than other morons, and they're like, "Oh, you won't understand. You're too stupid for this." So we got to spell it out for you.
Exactly.
It's like at this time, and someone argued with me about. What?
Sorry, go ahead.
What?
No, I want to hear this. No, I want to hear this. Who argued with you, damn it?
Someone argued with me a while ago. I was like, you do not need another goddamn Batman origin story.
No, you don't.
Just drop him in. Everybody already knows it. And they're like, not everybody knows it. I'm like, shut up.
Then go watch one of the 15,000 origin stories.
15,000 of them.
Any of the cartoons, just pick one. It'll tell his origin in one of the fucking cartoons at some point.
At least. Or they'll allude to
any of the movies, they repeat it over and over. We get it. It's part of why he is Batman. But if you go read any of the comics, they barely mention it in like any story arc whatsoever. Sometimes it pops up here and there, but for the most part, it's been beaten like a dead horse. Like, get over it. Same thing with Spider-Man. We know it.
Yeah.
At this point, like, we have other movies to go watch his origin. It's not going to change. He got bitten by a spider. Cool.
Got it. He's got powers. He's a spider. Got it.
This damn thing was made up in the 60s. Like, there's no. We don't need to make it harder than that.
Give me a Batman story that is in the middle of his career solving
where he is Batman. I don't want to see him struggling to be Batman or becoming Batman at the end of the movie.
Or what it means to be Batman. Or if he's emotionally compromised being Batman.
Exactly.
Just tell a Batman story.
Batman studied
1970s Danny O'Neill.
To like push his feelings down. He doesn't have feelings.
No, he
wears a mask.
He's a goddamn Batman, man.
Yeah, he's just out there to beat up criminals and solve crime.
I kind of hated that when Frank Miller did it, where he's like, "What are you, retarded? I'm the goddamn Batman." But I find myself thinking of that often. He's the goddamn Batman.
Unfortunately, I was one of the ones that loved that shit when it came out.
It's great. I love it now, but at the time I was like,
oh man, no, I love it. I was like, what do you guys? I mean, I don't understand why you're getting all pissed off. I mean, it's not like this is the main universe Batman. Like this is how Batman's going to act from now on. This is like a self-contained story about this. Like, who the fuck cares how it's written?
People are probably more offended that he said the retarded word.
Probably.
No, it's
I
like,
mean, I get it. That does strike a nerve on certain levels, but it's a story.
just
Like,
grow up. It's a word.
yeah.
Get
Well,
over
they're all
it.
words. Like, we put power behind them, so we
Yeah,
don't.
exactly.
Like,
And we're all gonna die one day, and words are gonna be nothing. They'll be
they
chicken
are nothing.
scratches.
They don't. They
The
don't mean anything.
aliens
Now.
will go, this is nothing. This is nonsense.
Or the next life on Earth, they're gonna find our stuff if it's still there and be like,
Exactly.
"Yeah, we don't know what this means."
Well, yeah.
Just
Yeah.
say it's gonna be the hieroglyphs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Except that they had a link between them, thankfully, to
Well, yeah, we
translate
finally
them.
found it. I think
Yeah,
they didn't find it
exactly.
until the 19th century.
But aliens, if they
18th
looked
century,
at this
20th
stuff,
century.
they'd be like, they made these picture things in sequence where they just start making noises at each other's faces. I assume they're
Yeah,
communicating,
we
but
have
who
no
the hell
idea.
knows?
Yeah, no, there's no way to understand half the shit nowadays. They're not gonna. There's no way to translate anything.
Part of growing old is knowing that nothing means
I
anything.
mean, you can't even translate it now because it doesn't even mean the same thing from 5 minutes ago that it does, like, tomorrow.
What, words?
Emojis, what they stand for, and how
Oh.
they're used. I mean, they're
Well, I
worse
know that
than
that
hieroglyphics.
eggplant and that peach are questionable.
Oh yeah, those will always stay the same. But everything else, it changes on what everything means.
Sure.
But
Yeah, the
I
internet's
digress.
stupid. I agree.
What were we even talking about? I got lost.
I
Sorry.
don't know. Boba Fett. This will always be my Boba Fett. This share. Boom. Like that's the most you'll
No.
ever see of him. And
Yeah.
that where he's got the Sarlacc
I like that one.
spikes.
There was that one story where he was hunting down somebody who had like his family picture that had
Oh,
like this chick that he was dating or banging on the side who had a kid with him.
I did
And when
not
he
read that one.
finally gets him and he like opens up the hologram to see the family picture and he's still in his Mandalorian armor, but it's like the kid and the wife next to him.
That
I was
sounds
like,
familiar.
yes.
Yeah.
So I was expecting, because it's got Boba Fett's face. That's why you think they got to find it. And it's like, nope, it's just
That's pretty funny.
sentimental to him. Yep.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I like how they played that one.
That's like reading this whole time. Anytime I read Boba Fett, it's not Tamara Morrison. It's not Django.
No,
It is.
God no.
It is gravelly voiced monster. Empire Strikes Back's 1980 Boba Fett.
Yes.
Like he's always like that that monstery sounding guy.
Like he's got like a voice box. Or he's on the verge of getting a voice box.
Or he's not even like totally human. Like yeah, there's a very clear difference in Boba Fett's to me from the prequels to everything else. Yeah.
He just looks cool. That's all.
Yeah.
And then the whole Mandalorian backstory that was given.
Which one? The prequels?
No. In the stories, the comics that they did in the 90s and like where the Mandalorian armor came from and shit like that. Like Tales of the Jedi. That stuff.
Well, even like them being like the they were like, Jedi hunters. They used to fight the Jedi, and that's why they have all the knee rockets and
Clone
stuff.
Wars.
And you were like, "Oh, that sounds amazing!"
Yeah. That's why their armor had like all this different technology.
Yeah. And everybody was waiting for those prequels to have the freaking Mandalorian army versus Jedi army, and you're like,
"Well, we kind of got the Mandalorian army."
No, he didn't.
They're all clones of a Mandalorian.
What a cop out!
I know, right?
I'm still mad about the prequels.
You know why he said it? Because that wasn't his idea. That's why he didn't use it.
I don't doubt it.
Anything that was
it was like West End Games and stuff. They came up with like backstory stuff. He should have run with
even
it.
Before that, it was like the Tales of the Jedi stuff they did in like '93.
Well, the West End Games I think was like '88.
Oh, okay.
They contributed a lot.
Ubisoft, sorry, doing the.
West End Games did the RPG. I think it was in the late '80s.
Oh.
Yeah, West End Games. But they're renowned for having 87 to 9 between 87 and 98. They're known for contributing a lot.
Knights of the Old Republic came out, and they did a lot in that too. They put a lot
Tales
of
of
lore.
the Jedi.
No, the video game for Xbox.
That was 2000
Yeah,
or 2001.
one of those two.
Tales of the Jedi
was like 94,
was like 94. Yeah,
between 93 and 94.
Yeah,
and they did a lot of backstory in there. They did a whole Mandalore story where he was trying to bring all the tribes back together.
Man, Star Wars used to be cool.
Yeah, it did. Well, it was great because it wasn't all controlled by one person. Like, they had the freedom to create this whole universe and this whole history.
Well, it was
and
controlled,
use different
but
ideas.
They were allowed to do cool things.
Yes.
You didn't have
an
effing committee with a whiteboard controlling it.
Right, but I think when they did like anything that had to do with Luke and those main movie people from the first three, they had to get all that was all controlled. I see that, but anything in the Old Republic, he didn't really care. He let them do whatever they wanted.
Yeah, it's 4,000 years before. Okay, go nuts. Whatever.
Whatever. Has no effect on whatever story you're telling later on. I mean, you could wipe out the Jedi, bring them back, wipe them out again, bring them back. Yeah. I mean, anything could happen in those 4,000 years.
Well, the best thing about those was like, I feel like I'm just gonna say how much I like the expanded universe again. You had Tales of the Jedi. What?
Nothing. I can't see these movies. They're not. They're the Legends universe to me.
Yeah, it's garbage.
That's the legend. The expanded universe is where Star Wars continued on. That's the only way I can see it.
And then for me, it ends with New Jedi Order because that's an intense event.
What is it? The Vong, and then whatever came after that.
Nest, Dark Nest, or something.
Right, that was like a little trilogy. That was nothing.
And then it was the Legacy.
That was
books,
good.
not the comics.
No, not.
I think it was called Legacy, and it was Jason being an a-hole.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't approve of.
I liked it. I mean, Luke I liked how Luke was like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. Like, figure your own shit out, man.
I don't really know much about it.
It was good. And then Jason went fucking full dark side. And
I don't like that. I don't.
I liked it, and then Luke fought him, and they fought. It was a good fight. Luke fucked him up pretty good, like stabbed him a bunch of times with his lightsaber.
Maybe I'll read that.
Not like sliced him, but stabbed him.
Yeah, he's probably trying to just slow him down.
Yeah, exactly. He didn't want to hurt him. He just wanted to slow him because Luke is not a killer. He's
really, Luke doesn't want to kill his nephew.
No, not at all. He just wanted to stop him from fucking trying to kill him. I know, right?
I saw something today where someone was like, so when Luke was on Dagobah, did Yoda just when Luke was sleeping, did he watch over him while he was sleeping with his lightsaber ready to kill him in his sleep because of what his dad did? And I was like,
Well, I mean, he told him not to go into the cave, and he did anyway. It's
well, he said, don't take your weapons with you.
Yeah, and he did anyway. You think Yoda would have sliced him then?
I just thought it was funny.
Yoda's
like, there's evil. His dad's evil. I'm gonna kill him while he's sleeping because he had a bad dream. And then they did this series.
Yes, that book is great.
Yeah, Luke and Ben they're exiled.
Yeah,
Ben, his son,
instead of the
Luke's
Jedi,
son,
Luke. And so instead of the Jedi, basically Luke just got way too. Luke got way too popular, basically.
What in the universe?
In their universe, on course, he was basically the hero of all the stuff, and he's everything was focused on him, and he's this is not the way of the Jedi. It's even focused on me. So it's
well, even in the new movies, that kind of made sense. Yeah. They're if you're oh, he went to an island, it's oh, well, I can see that.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't want all that attention or anything. But then they took that idea and immediately messed it up.
Yep.
Boba Fett.
But it was good. I like that. Okay, it started getting weird, and I never finished it. Yeah. I think
Well, he ends up.
I ended
it
up
has
going
something to do
to
with the father, son, and daughter story from Clone Wars.
yeah.
It has
They
something to
bring
do with
that
that.
in. Well, that was also mentioned in some other books from the 90s, early 2000s. That was a big thing. Can't remember what book that fucking was though off the top of my head. I'll find it later.
No idea.
Yeah, then that was there, and then yeah, it was just weird. I ended up going to the bookstore, like Barnes and Nobles or Borders, when it was still around, and reading like the last few chapters of each book that I never got. I was like, I just want to know how this ends. And then it was like, wow, okay, I missed a lot. Because there's like space ghosts and
Space Ghost
Sith apparitions.
Yeah. Well, there was like a
Nebula that
lost
are
tribe that they
alive.
did books with.
Yeah, then it's like they try to mix in the so like Darth Bane, his apprentice was like this Twi'lek or like
Tahari,
this
Tarnia or something.
right, yeah, wait, no, she wasn't a
She was
Twi'lek.
blonde.
Yeah, she was just this
I still have to read. That was one of the books I brought with me when I moved to California. I still haven't read it. The third one.
That trilogy, great.
I read the
Loved
first
all
two.
of them.
Never finished the third one.
The third one was kind of weak. It was like I got to tie this up. I've got to finish it, and
yeah,
I like it, but it makes me want to read like the next, like who is her apprentice. And I went and like they have like a weak list online somewhere, and it's this one dude who has like a third eye in his head who turned into a nebula. He's like the reason the Maw is there.
Huh.
That black hole area. Yeah, he's the reason that's there.
Weird.
And he's like, but he's like part of it somehow.
That's cool.
So they like brought that part in, and it's just, they just went like
too far.
Not too far. They just started bringing a lot of stuff in, and I guess at that time I was just not able to read as much.
Sometimes I think, because I think about what's too much, and
I don't know if that's my call to make, that it's too much or not. So
no, like I think about my story, and I'm like, wow, I have a lot of like explanations for why certain things exist, and that's cool for like making sure the story is accurate or has some foundation, reasonable foundation. But then sometimes I think that Star Wars has gone way too far, and it makes it kind of makes the universe feel weird to me because so much is defined in it. And I'm like, maybe some things should just exist without an explanation.
Yeah. Some stuff should. We don't, and that is a problem throughout. Again, that's where the origin stories come from. Like we don't need explained. It's like, I don't care how the pancakes were made. I just want to eat it.
Yeah.
Just like, I mean, half the time we don't need it. Yeah, I saw that. That's the last one by
the very last
Penguin group.
Oh, I don't know who. I just saw that.
But it wasn't.
It came out, and at some point, I was like, I need to have that because it's the last that they will do.
Right, Del Rey. It was the last Del Rey book, and then it went to a different publisher, I believe.
Well, I have the hardcover.
That was the other. So they ended the E. That is the last of the EU. But I thought it doesn't take place at the end. It doesn't take place. It takes place like it's a prequel. It takes place somewhere during, like after Return.
I don't know. I heard it's just one last adventure with the three.
Oh, I thought it was just them on just one of their adventures from back in the day.
Oh, well, they're all old in this picture.
Yeah, I saw that. That's what it making me question where this takes place in the timeline. Because I missed that, like opening up a Star Wars book and getting the fucking timeline of where everything happens.
Oh yeah. Well, you do it now.
Or getting the galaxy.
We got like 5 books, and it's like 4 pages in the EU. Where is it?
Yeah, I know.
Oh, this one doesn't have it. What the frick?
And I also liked how that the whatchamacallit, damn it, the comics sometimes were part of it, part of the timeline, but they were sometimes their own little thing.
Well, they like the Tales of the Jedi comics had an effect on
Yes.
the Jedi Academy books.
Well, yeah, because there was
XR was
nothing
sealed in the temple and
right,
stuff.
but there was nothing before that, and that was Kevin J. Anderson who did that Jedi Academy, and he also, I think, had a part in the Jedi Tales of the Jedi.
Probably.
Yeah, that's great. I know, I missed that.
Yeah, it was fun whenever Disney started making books and people did a side by side comparison. They're like, "Here's Disney Star Wars, and here is the EU." It's like,
Yeah,
go F
exactly.
yourself. You're
There's
never gonna come up with a story that hasn't already been done better years ago in either a book, comic, or game.
Well, I still stand by my theory that Disney just doesn't want to pay royalties on stories that have been done, so they just try to come up
Well,
with
they
their own thing.
weren't. Alan Dean
No.
Foster was like,
no, and they're still not. There's like 4 other authors I've been reading about that have been coming out saying they're not paying me.
well, I heard they were trying to band together to
Marvel
force them to do stuff.
or Marvel. It was Marvel people.
Well, Star Wars was doing it too.
Star Wars, yeah, it was like Star Wars and Marvel comic creators. They're not getting paid for their stories or their
Image
ideas.
was trying to do something, but it wasn't the creators. It was like middle management whining and bitching.
That's why Image
we need more
created
staplers.
Yeah, but that's why Image was created in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so funny.
Last I heard, they were like Todd McFarlane. The main guys were like, "This, we're not doing this."
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, because like a union,
I think
union is one thing to protect the rights of the workers, except that the people demanding all this nonsense are doing it for horrible reasons, and the actual creators, because they're freelancers, aren't legally allowed to form a union.
Right,
that's why they're always
employed. They're
crapped
freelancers.
on. Yeah.
Right. Oh, trust me, I am a freelancer. I get shit on. I'm not really an employee for the company that I work for. I just work for the company. Like, I don't have the employee rights. I don't have the same rights as a normal employee.
Well, that's what it was like working at Disney Interactive when that still existed.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
We weren't allowed to attend parties. We weren't allowed to get free whatevers.
Yeah. I mean, it would be great if I could get other freelance jobs, but yeah.
Sure.
This one that keeps me paid. What's a story mark?
Who's Mark?
Like a question mark?
What a story,
What
Mark.
a story mark. Just for like you're marking your story?
It's not a question, it's a statement. What a story, Mark.
Yeah, but there's no comma, so that's why.
Bad grammar.
What's a story mark? What, a mark in a story? That's the way I'm seeing it.
Yeti's drunk.
Aren't we all?
No, I had some beer, but I had some pizza.
I had a little bit of whiskey. I had some soup.
Nice. Whiskey soup. My favorite.
Exactly.
In fact, hold the soup. We had pizza and then we were watching Friends, and they had a dumb game where they were trying to name all 50 states in 6 minutes. And I was like, I don't even know if I could do that without a time limit. So
just start singing the Animaniacs song.
United States, Panama. Yeah, that's
the country
world.
Yeah,
you
have to do the capitals.
Yeah, no, don't know it. So we were sitting there watching the show, and I just started making a list of ones I could think of. I got like 38.
Nice.
Definitely drunk.
Good.
Yeah. What else is new? I got a hologram.
I finally started going through the HBO Max series. It's our actual app. Holy crap, it's got some good Batman stuff on there.
Oh yeah, they got a lot of stuff.
That radio stuff from like the 40s.
Yeah. They have that.
Hi, Johnny. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah,
I'm sure it was
room stuff.
Yeah.
They have the.
I thought that was good.
The serials, the 40s serials.
Yeah, that was good. They got a lot of stuff. Beware the Batman. Haven't.
Ugh. I don't like the look of it. I
It
never
reminds me.
did.
It's that
Ninja
computer
Turtles.
animation.
Yeah.
From like Clone Wars style, but with Batman.
Yeah, and every time they drive down a city street, the city looks deserted.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea who's. I don't even know who did the voice or anything. I remember it coming out, but I never got a chance to see it on TV.
I always thought it looked terrible.
It does look terrible. But I like the color schemes that they used to try and hide the terribleness.
Red and
they
black.
Just made everything black. It's like very dark colors. I don't think I saw like flipping through like the episodes, just like seeing there was not a single one with bright colors whatsoever.
Yeah, we never have enough people that actually watch this show, but I might have to ban Yeti from the chat.
I have not. Yeah, okay.
I already knew it was. I knew like 5 quotes ago. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've just been playing around with that.
Oh yeah, HBO Max I think is the best streaming service.
Yeah, I told Lindsay, I was like, I'm happy with this. Like, I like this a lot. Like
that's right. Always... You feel bad about what you did.
Yeah. Oh no!
My bees.
My comics.
The comic bees.
Comic boy.
So yeah, The Sopranos. If you told me you watched
it?
What?
Are you going to continue it?
So far, I'm like halfway through episode 3. But if you watched the first like 2 episodes and told me you were bored or didn't like it, I'd be like, yeah, I get it. So far, yeah, wait till we start wearing our muscle shirts. If you, I watched the first 2. I sat there, I took it in. I didn't have the thought that I wasn't thinking I was bored. I just took it in. I was like, okay, so I'm not questioning it. Maybe it'll get a lot more interesting as it goes, but at least it's holding my attention enough to.
Whatever. That's good. Yeah, whatever I saw. Like,
yes, I watched your trailer.
I come across it, or I walked in on someone watching it, or whatever. It was always just people talking, and I was like, "Yeah, I don't really care."
That's all any of these dramas are.
Oh yeah, I know. That's all it is. Even the superhero shit. That's all they do is stand there and talk to each other. And it's like, oh, I got to put on my suit. I'll go run away, or I got to go shoot a bow and arrow, or I'll fly away and punch somebody, or okay, let's go back to talking. What the fuck? Come on. That's why I can't stand these CW shows. That's why I like Titans more. Even though they do a lot of talking, Doom Patrol's better. That one's good. I like Doom Patrol.
I think unless they said they were going to do a Batman 3, 89 Batman number 3, without any of their forced messaging and stuff, just like
Batman Forever.
Just a straight. No, I like Batman Forever, but I just want another continuation from Batman Returns, just for pure nostalgic sakes, without any hidden agenda. Well, not hidden, but any agendas. Just tell me a straight story with Michael Keaton. That's all I would want from the superhero genre, and I could be done with all of them. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I'm just there to like see something happen. I guess just along for the ride at this point. These movies, like the comics, will always be my first universe for these characters.
Sure.
So what I'm seeing on screen are not the characters that I grew up reading, or are even continuing to read now. These are not those characters.
No, because everyone is announced as gay every other day.
Well, I mean, not even that. These characters aren't these characters. Like, they don't like
behave.
They try to humanize them. I don't know what the difference is between the print and movies, but they try to humanize everything about these characters that they can on screen. Maybe it's because they can't convey the whole like thought bubbles on screen.
I would think that a good director and a good actor could convey what someone's feeling.
Or thinking. Mostly comics are like for Batman, he doesn't have a whole team. Yeah, he talks to Robin and Oracle every once in a while, but usually he's introducing all in his head. Same thing with Spider-Man. Spider-Man's always a lone character swinging through the streets. He's always got thought bubbles. And whenever I thought about a movie before Tobey Maguire took over, that was my biggest thing about the Spider-Man movies was how are they going to get his thoughts across? Because he is always constantly talking to himself or talking to the enemies.
Internal monologue.
Yeah, he always had that internal monologue, and it's like all the superheroes do. Like that's how they tell the story and convey the feelings through the media. Is like it's always an internal monologue going on.
Well, they would have to do it through acting.
Yeah, and they suck balls at it because either the screenwriter writes it a certain way that has nothing to do with the source material, and so they play these characters the way the directors tell them to, and it's shit because it's the director's point of view or the director's,
and they're all fans of the property, even though they don't know crap.
They don't know anything about
it.
If you're a fan, you wouldn't destroy half of this shit.
Yeti, my comment on your video will be which Ninja Turtles comic do you want me to review? Because I don't have any.
Oh man, I have this one Ninja Turtles comic. I'll never forget it. I read it in a Goodings when my grandmother shopped and I was waiting for her. Yeah, but Donatello gets pushed out of an airplane and he falls to the ground and cracks his back open.
Wasn't that Image?
It was either Image or Dark Horse. No, it was Dark Horse.
Oh.
Yeah.
He landed on his back?
Yeah, he cracked his shell. He was supposed to be dead, but they brought him back. He came back as a cyborg, I believe.
I know one of those.
And then that's when Raphael turned into the Shredder. Yeah, he became the leader of the Foot. Yeah, man, those were the stories back in the day.
Weird.
Like those ones were the ones still by Eastman and Laird. Yeah.
Calamari.
Yeah, good stuff. I like those old stuff. And then eventually, I think I finally did finish that story about 10 years ago. It was decent. Like eventually, the brothers come back together and kick ass and become the Turtles again. But by that point, there's so many different mutations. There's like dragon people. There's basically the 80s cartoon all over the place.
That doesn't sound terrible to me.
It wasn't. It was
especially when there's like a happy-ish ending with them all fighting together again.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, it was good. I liked it.
Yeah,
it's cool. Worth a read if you can find it. There's a couple trades out there for it.
I feel like if anybody wants me to do a Ninja Turtles comic review, it would end up being like the first one. The very first one.
Oh, yeah.
And the only, I think they reprinted them in like archives trades in black and white. I think I see them at Barnes and Noble.
I don't think they were ever in color.
There is a trade that's in color now.
Well, yeah, now, but I don't think before they ever were.
I know that. Oh, I do have a Ninja Turtle comic.
There you go. See?
I've had it for years.
Yeah. See, marijuana affects the memory, man.
Oh, well, that's all you. I don't even know what it's a part of. It's weird. It's like there's this Arnold Schwarzenegger looking guy that hates turtles.
Nice.
And he goes to kill them. And it's ridiculous. All I remember is him having crazy eyes and going, "Turtles!"
Sounds familiar. So, yeah, it's kind of neat.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do? Well, you got like a minute or two left. What else you got going on?
I actually had a week off, so I did catch up on watching stuff. Legends, that was good. I'm enjoying the DC Legends. It's probably one of the only CW shows I actually thoroughly enjoy. It's always zany craziness happening, and just all over the place. It's never boring with that show, and there everybody goes. So it's decent. I enjoy that. Doctor Who started back up. There's like only 5 episodes.
I heard it was going to be like 6 or something.
Yeah, 5 or 6 episodes. It ends like right before Christmas, like December 17th or December 11th, one of those two.
Yes.
So yeah, whatever. The first episode was cool. I was very surprised on how good it actually was.
Oh yeah.
Except for the female villain, she looks like she opened up a glitter bomb.
Oh, there it is.
But yeah, the story seems very intricate for Chinball.
Chin balls. Yes, that's how I've heard him described.
It's the same thing with Cumberbatch. Like his name is just weird to pronounce.
Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, Cabbage Patch.
Oh, I closed the wrong window.
Oh yeah, he's like Nuke or something. Like
this guy?
Casey Jones. Yeah, like Casey Jones jacked up.
I don't think it's Casey. I think
it's not Casey.
He might die at the end of this.
He probably does.
But I got this
years ago from Marvel. That's what he looks like. He looks like the Nuke from Marvel.
Yeah.
He's like this jacked up Rambo looking dude who takes pills that either calm him down or make him kill in the name of America.
Oh, well, I guess I should read this then. All right, Yeti. You've already left because nobody watches this show, but maybe we'll do this one next. I gotta dig through the boxes, make sure I still have it.
Yeah, there you go.
The teeth always got me. I don't know why.
Well, yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Read stuff or
it's killing people. No, not you.
Not you.
Last 4 days on Earth. All right. Well, I'm gonna read the outro.
All right, go for it.
And I'm also gonna pull up your page.
My page. My page. I've kind of been posting stuff here and there. I posted a little stuff, not this last week, because like I said, I had a week off, and I kind of just I did chores around the house. I got a bunch of yard work. The chainsaw stopped working. I went and it just locked up on me.
Oh, and I was the whole tree started spinning around it.
So and I had to get this done because this tree is like awful. So I took a hatchet and just went to town.
Yeah, man stuff.
Yeah, it was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Then I played with a pressure washer. I love playing pressure washers.
That's cool. Yeah. I went to the dentist and I saw a guy pressure washing. That's kind of insane.
Yeah, it is.
All right, tell them where you can find this.
Right there on the Instagrammy. I take pictures of toys and Legos, mostly toys, in different locations around Florida for the most part.
Yeah.
But yeah, just random things, random toys here and there. I got to do a follow up to that He-Man one.
This?
Yeah, it's
titled. He's burping him.
No, it's like, don't worry, there's no such thing as a Skelegod.
Yeah, I saw that Masters Mini the other day at Target, and I was like, oh, because I think you got him for me, didn't you?
Yeah, it's on its way there. It's with our toy exchange, you should be getting a lot of toys this time. I'm not going to send you comics because I feel like you will send them right back to me.
Yep, probably. I don't need comics unless it's like something amazingly written that I should read. I have 6 boxes. They're all packed full, and I still get Conan ones like every couple of weeks, and I'm like, I can't. I have no room.
Yeah, so I went digital. I like the digitalness. That's like long boxes. I've probably got like 4 terabytes of comics.
Yeah, I just don't have a way of. I don't want to sit here at the desk reading.
Yeah, so I love my iPad for that reason. It's like wherever I want. It's like.
Yeah, and I still like coffee.
Yeah, I know. There's certain things that I miss about it, and that's why I like going to the comic store and just digging around and finding certain ones.
Yeah. I might have to switch back to just doing trades again.
There you go.
And even that takes up space.
Yeah, I know. Tell me.
And then they weigh like 40 pounds each.
Yeah, my 17 long boxes in the closet, they're staring at me for no reason.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, folks, if you want to follow
There you go.
my hopefully crowdfunding soon comic sci-fi cartoony thing,
you should
go to
start
the real
selling the little pod thingies.
the acrylics.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
$2.
Nobody knows the characters, so they're not gonna buy them.
Hey, okay, $10 for the set, $2 a piece.
And then
now, whoever's watching, message us and let
I got a 0.
know.
I got 0 watching right
Yeah,
now.
go through the playback. Anybody's
Limited
watching,
deal.
$10 for the set, $2 a piece if not.
And the only reason these are stuck to these are because I super glued them to give them bases.
Yeah, you're gonna do that too.
I need to just finish the formatting on them. I did like 4 of them this week and an Indiana Jones video.
Wow.
Reformatting the pages so that they are actual comic sized. And then I just need to...
I'm actually impressed. That's
Some of them are easy. Some of them I have to like effing redo the whole page.
That sucks.
There's so much going on, or like the nice ones are like square,
right, everything's squared.
And you just go whoop, and then change the size of the words. And other ones, it's like, and it's like
big ass splash pages, and
I gotta take this and try to drag it over here, and then drag its color over, and then I have to correct the color, or like. Or like they were very simple. It's a very simplistic page. So there's only like 5 panels, and then I drag it over, and there's this giant white space at the bottom, which happened on this last one. So now, I brought everything over, got it mostly in place, and then I moved some of the artwork down, and now I'm filling in extra artwork around. Just making it like, oh, this is just one big panel, and there's a couple of things on it, instead of it just being like 5 individual panels.
Right, gotcha.
Sometimes it's fun because you put in new artwork, and it makes the story have more depth.
Got it.
Or the frame or whatever. Other times it's like I just want to drag and go.
Makes sense.
Drag, drop, next one. Drag, drop, next one. So yeah, if you want to follow my hopefully crowdfunding soon comic, it's the real smacked in the head on Instagram. I haven't posted on there in a while. Maybe I should.
Cool.
Yeah, all right. Well, next week we'll do something. Is there anything else I need to do?
Next week might need to do a late one.
Yeah.
I'm doing Rockville, it's called. It's like 4 days of concerts in Daytona.
Oh yeah, are 8 people gonna die there too?
Shit. You know what's funny? Only brought up once today.
Oh yeah, I heard it on a live stream, and then
I read it. It was all over the place yesterday, obviously, because yesterday it happened and everything. I understand, but today at work,
nothing.
I work in that environment, and I mentioned it. Me and my boss dude talked about it this morning, and then no one else ever brought it up. It was weird.
The news cycle is.
It was great actually, because I'm not being bombarded with
the same story.
Yeah, over and over again today, though. So I kind of actually enjoyed it.
The live stream I heard, they were like 8 people had a heart attack at this concert, and I looked at like 3 articles, and I was like, none of that is accurate. Okay, and they were like one security guard got injected with something, and I was like, okay, that's a separate story, and they don't entirely know what's going on with that. And then all the other articles I saw were the crowd surged and 8 people got trampled or couldn't breathe or something. I was like, that's not heart attacks, you a-holes.
So the ones that I read, the one article that I trust to actually finish the whole thing on,
yeah, sure,
they never said heart attack. It was cardiac arrest, and it was from being trampled and being enclosed and having panic attacks inside.
Yeah,
like being
that's
crushed,
all I
basically. Yeah, that's all it was. But it wasn't broken bones. It wasn't it wasn't true tramp, like people being stamped on. It was just people being pushed and stuff. Yeah, I mean, people had like their hearts. Basically, it's just their hearts gave like irregular beats.
Sure.
And they were like, yeah.
The one thing I read that the person was like, I had fallen and there were already 10 people under me, and I was like, what are you like? What is the World War Z? They're just piling up the wall.
Yeah, and it is exactly like that. You can't like it's physics. It's like the back of the force. They keep pushing and they don't know to stop, and they can't stop. Like these people are being pushed. Yeah, it's fucking nuts, man.
Crowds terrify me.
At this point, yes. I mean, I've been in a few like that. I've been at that front when the concert starts. All of a sudden, the band comes out, and everybody just rushes that stage, and you're like, "Holy fuck, get me out of here!"
Yeah,
I'm gonna start throwing punches, and that's how mosh pits probably started.
No doubt. Yeah, and the one
opened up the fucking crowd to get fucking people away, and they're like, "Yeah, I'll jump in." And
and the one thing the one thing where people were like, there were 8 heart attacks, and then of course another thing was like, someone was like, oh, it's probably the vaccine, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sick of all of you people.
Where's my superpowers if this thing gives them to me? I'm like, fuck,
I don't know.
Come on, I want my magnet powers.
I'm so sick of politics. I'm so sick of vaccines.
I'm
so sick of viruses. I'm so sick of people's horse shit. I'm tired of all of it. And I sometimes I fancy myself an actual writer, because you always like read about older writers and they're just bitter. They're bitter a-holes that hate everyone. And I'm like, oh, that's me.
Yeah. Anyways,
all right.
Go enjoy your week. We'll talk about the next showing. It might be a late show. That might be good. I'm not going to be that. I won't be like. I don't have to drive after I get done. I do, but it's only like 45 minutes away, so it's not like I'm driving like a 2 or 3 hour drive where I'm already like falling asleep. So I won't be. I'll probably come in all hyper and shit.
All right.
Still adrenaline from.
I'll hold you to it. Ritalin.
Adrenaline.
Oh. Well, that's a different story.
At the end of like this week, I'll probably have like a lot of energy. Like I'll be like, finally, thank God I'm done, and just like Black
Rock.
Like someone just stabbed me in the heart with an adrenaline shot. And just like Rock! Get home, finally be home, and be like, fuck yeah. Because I get to come home. Since it's only 45 minutes, I'm coming home.
Mama,
Monday, Tuesday.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Wednesday night to Sunday, I'll be staying in Daytona.
All right. Well, now that you folks all know where he'll be.
Yeah, I know. Great. Yeah. Fuck. Forget what I said.
We've got guns. Lots of guns. All right.
Good night.
Folks, if you've watched this show, like it, subscribe, whatever.
Yeah, you know the deal.
I don't think there's any other announcements I needed to say. I already Indiana Jones video, go watch that.
Go watch it. Tip your waitress.
Old live streams in the playlist. That's all we got.
Yeah, that's all we got right now.
All right, end communication.